like how to install Python and how to run the or execute the code into the different way by using the command line execution, or whether it is from file or whether it is in Jupyter Notebook. So in today's demonstration, I am going to use Jupyter Notebook as a IDE for executing the Python code, right? So the today's agenda is about these are the topics that we are going to cover today in these sessions. So the data structures, mostly and widely used in industry, list comprehension techniques, functions, Lambda functions, functional programming concepts like map, filter, reduce, zip. So I'm trying to cover all these topics in 1 hour or maybe 45 minutes as we discuss. Okay. So first of all, anyone can, because I like to interact with people. Don't want to one side communication. It should be both side communication. So it would be possible. It would be good for me to leverage more knowledge to you. Okay. And so just first question is, what is data structure?
सर भेजा जरा दे.
Anybody knows what is data structures?
No.
Anyone can try to answer it. What is data structure in programming language, whether it is C or C++ or Java or Python? Okay, so data structure is used to organize your data in a such manner so that it can retrieve or store very easily, right? Simple definition. The way we can store it and the way we retrieve data, so we have to organize in such a format so that it will easy and it will in an efficient manner we can retrieve later on when required. Okay, for which in Python we used lists, tuples, set, dictionaries. These are 4 data structures that Python have, and in other languages like Java or C++, they have also a kind of data structure to organize their data. Okay, so we'll see one by one what is lists and tuple and this set and dictionaries. Okay, so let's go to the Jupyter Notebook. Anyone? I think all of you aware about what is Jupyter Notebook in Python. Okay, it's simple to run. I will show you how it can run this. Let's close this. Just open a CMD. If you have installed Python, so it will you can install by using pip install. If you have already have Python installed in your computer, so you can easily install Jupyter Notebook. Pip install Jupyter Notebook. It's very widely used tool for practicing the Python code and also write down the data analysis code into this Jupyter Notebook itself. So it is very easy and very handy for students to practice all the concepts on that. Jupyter Notebook. So after running this, it will get installed in your system. Okay. Version 1 distribution for Jupyter Notebook. Okay. Just install Jupyter. Yeah. So it install Jupyter. So as my system already have this library that is saying that requirement is already satisfied. So by how to open this, how to run this, it will use your web application like browser. It will execute in browser and show you the console where you can write the code. So by opening, how to open this, the code command is just type down Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so it will open one tab in your browser. Wherever you on which line, if I have initiate this at this path, right? So it will open all the directories on this path in the browser itself. Okay. So here, but I wanted to initialize in different directory structure where I have stored all this practice code that I am going to use. So I'm going to use this folder path. Just go to online webinar, and here I am going to open Jupyter notebook here in this path. Okay, so just CMD. Now CMD is open. Just write down Jupyter notebook. Okay. Now it is open here. Okay, so here I have already created one file. The file extension is ipynb for Jupyter notebook. You can also open new file from here with Python 3 version, likewise, and start your practical things. So let's get started by opening this file, advanced Python. Okay, so we will talk about list. Okay, first thing is list. The first data structure in Python is list. Okay, so let's see how we can represent this list. Okay, so take one variable. Okay, example 1. List we can define like that. Empty list we can define like for equal to list. There are two ways we can define empty list here. Okay, this is a silly, or this is a easy interview questions asked in an interviewer by interviewer, how to define empty list. So you can easily create two different ways you can define empty list. Okay, and let's put some value or some element inside this. 1 comma list. Basically it is ordered in nature, means whatever you put inside the list, it will come out as is. Okay, so it is ordered. It is indexable. We can index, means we can get the value by indexing. Index means 0 to the memory location of that. And it is also heterogeneous, means any type of variables, whether it is integer, float, or any type of data structure, we can store into the list. So that's why it is heterogeneous in nature. And in terms of insertion or in terms of search, I will later cover this part, the optimization and the speed of that data structure compared to other data structures. Okay, so what I talk about first is, it is ordered in nature, ordered, indexable, and it is mutable. We can change, update, modify that list, and it is also heterogeneous. We can store any type of variable in any type of data types variable into this list. Okay, so I have 2.5. I can store string. I can store list of list, nested list. Okay, and if I run this, just print a var variable. Here it is. Okay, so it is storing the integer, float, or the string, and the nested list inside it. Okay, so the way we have write down the on index 0, it is 1. On index 1, it is 2.5. We can count down the index from left side, that is your MSB, most significant bit, and to the LSB. So we read this like from MSB 0, then 1. On index 1, it is the value of index 1 is 2.5. The value of index 2 is string. The value of index 3 is again one list that is 1,3. Okay, so if I wanted to get the value of index 3, so we can easily write var index 3. Okay, if I run this, I get the list again of that nested list 1,3 here. Okay, similarly we can fetch any value from the list by index value. Hope you understand this so far. Abrar bhai, am I audible properly, na?
Yes, yes.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can interrupt me in between. Don't hesitate, ask any question. Okay. At any point you have some confusion, you can stop me and ask questions. So the first one is how we can get value from the list. Now, how we can insert value into the list. So the two way we can insert the value. One is by assigning the variable, like we can take variable name var 3 index equal to, I can write MCC. Okay, if I print var, we get different value. This is how I updated list. Okay, if I wanted to remove any elements from that list, so we can use built-in methods of the list. There are so many built-in methods, not possible to cover in this 1 hour session. So I will get you through some of the inbuilt functions or method. So let's get use var dot remove. Okay, remove, pass the value MCC. If I print this, now the MCC got removed. Okay, so this is the first built-in methods of list that I have used to remove the elements from the list. And then we can also use delete function. There is a built-in function in Python that is delete, and we can use the indexing of that. If I know the index of that element, we can provide the index, and by providing the index, we can delete that element from the list. So if I want to remove that index where the value of 2.5, that is on index 1, I can pass index 1 here, and again print the var variable here, execute this. Now the 2.5 element is get removed from the list. So this is a different way to use to perform the same operations. So in real-time scenarios, as per the code written down into the industry, as per the scenarios or situation, we have to decide which methods we are going to use to delete or remove the element from the list. Okay, so some scenario in every scenarios, the methods will be different. Okay. And now let's take an example of the another data structures, that is in this list. If anyone have any confusion or any doubt or any questions or anything they want you wanted to know about list, you can ask here. No questions? All things clear? I'm taking silent as a all things clear.
जी सर अस्सलाम वालेकुम
Islam.
सर where will you use let and constant?
Let and constant is used. It is a data types in JavaScript, not in Python. Okay. In Python, we don't have to have defined data types of the variable, because Python is dynamically typed language. I think if you have attended my last lecture, I think it is almost a year, I have told that Python is far different from Java. because of
Okay.
dynamic in nature. We don't have to define any data types before declaring the variables. The Python will automatically assign a data types when we return down the value or assign the value to variables. If you assign the integer to the variable, it will automatically assign by interpreter that it is an integer. If you assign a variable a string value, then interpreter will assign the variable as a data types is string, right? So
जी sir.
we don't have to specifically define. Okay.
जी sir. Okay,
Assalam
thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My question is regarding this operation. So we're doing this remove and then delete, right? So
Yeah.
for remove, we are using dot, and for delete, we just use it before and then give space, right? So
Yeah.
why is that difference here?
If we see here, I have using the dot function here. Whenever we use dot of any type of variable or any type of you can say data structure, that means this is the built-in functions or method of that data structure. If we as you know, the Python is object-oriented programming language, right? So what in object-oriented programming, what we use class and object to construct our any thought or any any program. So in any program, we create a class, and by creating class, we, by creating class, we use that class to create an instance of that class. So here the var is the list, okay? And if in Python everything is object, meaning in Python everything has a built-in class. Everything, whether it's integer or a float or a string, everything has a class. So in class there is a method defined called remove in list class. If we type, if you find that type of var, you can get it is a list. Okay, so list it is a class list. It is a derived from the list of the class, and in class we have defined that method remove. So this is the way to write down or call the methods of the class by writing the dot remove or dot insert or dot update. These all are the built-in methods on list. Okay, and but the delete is not anything that is written down in the class. It is itself independent functions that is provided by Python. Okay, so
Okay,
it is not belong to any class here. But the variable of the var is belong to the list class, and list class have that methods inbuilt in it to remove that to provide the remove functionality of any elements from the list. Okay. I hope.
Yeah. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions? Okay, so let's get move to next data structure. The next data structure is tuple.
Assalamu alaikum. I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I saw your meeting today. So, do you have any old recording for basic Python programming?
Can you repeat?
Do you have any old recording session for basic Python
Okay.
programming teaching?
I hope Abrar sir, last time have you recorded that session?
Okay, I was joined this group actually 1 or 2 months before.
Okay.
I was not able to find it from the group.
Okay. If you people required that basics
You
session,
can just go through tinyurl.com/mfrd. So all the recordings are there. Just do a search. Hopefully you should be getting
Sure.
basic Python.
Okay.
One more thing, if Abrar sir, if the audience required basics of that of Python, then we can schedule one more session in future
Sure.
to get that done. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Sheikh Yahya.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, like there is any WhatsApp group for this class meetings?
Abrar sir, can you answer?
Like one of my senior brothers sent this link to me to
Okay.
join the class.
Mm-hmm.
So I am interested. If it is in WhatsApp, I can easily join. So there is any WhatsApp group?
Yeah, Abrar sir.
You
Hello?
can send your WhatsApp me at this number. I'll add you to the groups.
Okay, sir. Thank
Whoever
you.
wants to join any of MFID group, right? So you can just send
Okay.
out a message to me.
Okay, sir. Okay. I will send this message. I mean, WhatsApp. Thank you.
WhatsApp message with your details, basically from where you are.
Yeah,
what you-
sure.
So that it's easy to recognize.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
So in list, let's get resume again because we are not having much time, and there's a lot to cover. So in list, I have taken 2 or 3 examples, but that is not about that. It is there are n number of methods. So you have to, I just give the basic idea how a list is operate and how we can work or play with list. Okay. So, and I have sent one link into the chat box. Please fill that form. So, at the end of the session, we will give all different questions on all the topics to practice. So you can practice at your own space at your home. So fill that form, Google form, so that our admin can send all the necessary task assignments to you. Okay. So how to define empty sets? Okay, how to define sets? So take example of set 1 is a variable name, and now we can here by using set name, you can define this is an empty set. If I print this set 1, you can get the set. This is the empty set. Set is a unordered. Okay, unordered means whatever you put down into the set doesn't guarantee that it will come out as expected as a ordered wise. It will take any order as per the internal interpreter. So it is unordered, and set is unindexed. We cannot index because of it is unordered. That's why we cannot index this. Meaning in list we can get the value by index, but in set we cannot get the value by index. So it is unindexed.
Khalid, the doctor is on the video.
Any question? Okay. So in list allow duplicate value, but set doesn't allow duplicate value. Likewise, if I insert here, if I take any new cell here, okay, and insert for 0, 1, 2, and 3, I can insert again 2.5, okay, and print. Okay, this is again. For equal to 1, 1, 1, 2.5. Okay. So list is allowing duplicate value, right? But if I similarly write down in set, it will not allow to insert duplicate value inside set. Okay. So by defining empty set, we have to write down like this. But if you wanted to define set with values, then we have to use curly braces. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, okay. And now print this set 1, and you can get 1, 2, 3. So it will automatically reduce or remove that duplicate value from the set. So it doesn't allow duplicate value. Okay. If I again execute this, If I take any other example, 3, 5, 10, 11, and 7, 8. 5. Now it is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10. Okay. Set is what I said. Set is unordered, unindexed, okay, and partially mutable. Meaning in list, what I said, in list it is mutable. We can update, we can delete, we can remove the elements from the list. But in set, it is partially mutable. Meaning we cannot what do we say? We cannot update the value, right? Because we don't know the exact index value of that set because it is unindexed. So we cannot update the value, but we can add the value. We can remove the value by passing the value itself. I will show you. Okay. I hope you are getting my point. Because set is unindexed, that's why we cannot update the value. Meaning, if any value on index 0, and if you wanted to update the index 0 value, then it is not going to be achievable into the set because it is unindexed. Okay. So here, if you say in set 0 on index 0, this 1 we can say, but it is not indexed. Let's take another example. Set 1 equal to, okay, okay, now B. Okay. If I wanted to add any element inside the set, we can add easily. So add is a built-in method to add any element into the set. Okay. So now it is where it is added. It is added on index 0. But if we have added anything into the list, if you see in adding the value into how we add any value into the list. So suppose go to the list and I wanted to add any value. So here for dot append. This is the methods, built-in methods for list to append any new value into the list itself. So if I just give an example of Mumbai, okay. Now in the war. So look here, I think I have run 2 times. That's why I write by 2 times. Okay. So if you look here, it will get added at the end of the elements. Because it is ordered, it will maintain the order of the elements, how it is get inserted. But in set, if I have added the name Khalid here element, it is added there, it is defined or set automatically by itself. We don't have that feasibility to add a specific index because set doesn't have index. Okay. And if you want to delete any elements from the sets, how we can delete it, how we can remove that, again the same methods that we are using in list dot remove. Just pass the element name and it will get removed.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I have a question here. In
Okay.
case of set, since it has all the identical elements, right? So if you remove, it will remove that one element which you have, which is there. In case of list, in a list, I think we can have multiple similar elements, right? Identical elements. And if we do the remove operation on a list, what happens in that case?
Okay, good, very great answer, great questions. So let's take a doing by practically. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So just enter here var dot remove. Let's see what happens. From your point of view, what will happen?
It should remove at least one of those elements. Not sure which one.
Okay, let's take it for and so here what it is followed.
It seems to have removed one. Yes.
Remove will it will search by it because it is ordered, right? So it will go one order wise, and whatever the first element name Mumbai it will get removed. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
And
which
what
means
happened?
there is no way we can remove all the elements which match with what I want to remove, right? So it will only remove the first one. If I want to
Yeah.
remove all which match with the value that I am giving, in that case, I should use some other thing. Not
Then we
this.
have to write a logic for that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in set doesn't allow the duplicate, so that will not going to happen in set.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the interviewer asked the question many times they let's confuse the students by asking define the empty sets. Okay, and they get confused because the defining the empty set is different, and defining the empty sets with value is also different. So sometimes they write down like this. The student like set 1 equal to this is empty sets. Is this empty sets? We can say that.
Yeah.
No, this is not empty set. Okay, let's we'll discuss this later on. Now move to the next topic, that is our tuple. Okay, when we come to dictionary, then we'll discuss this thing. Okay. Yeah, just move to next part is tuple. So what is tuple? Tuple. Why I'm taking tuple 1, set 1, list 1 name? Why I don't take a tuple or list or set name directly? Anyone have any clue? Any guess? Because all these names, tuple, list, dictionary, all these are reserved keywords in Python. So we cannot use the reserved keywords as a variable name. Okay. In Python, there are some rules and some policy to define variable. Variable cannot start with alphanumeric numbers, cannot start with special characters. Okay, these all are the policy to define the variables. Similarly, we cannot use any reserved keywords. So tuple is defined by tuple, the first method, and second way is to define by curly, not curly, it is a square bracket. Okay. So if I define any element inside, let's check the type of that tuple. Type of tuple 1. Tuple 1. Okay, this tuple is proof. Now put any element inside tuple. And tuple is ordered like list, but it doesn't allow to update, delete, or any kind of modification, unlike list. Okay, tuple doesn't allow to modify. Once it is declared, it is declared. So if we defined 1 comma 13 comma 14 comma 10, okay, now if I print tuple 1 comma 3 13 comma 14 comma 20. So if I wanted to change any, and it is index, right? We can index this tuple. So tuple index 0 is 1. If I wanted to change that, it will not allowed. What it said? Tuple object doesn't support item assignment. So any modification doesn't allow by tuple. Okay. So what the interviewer asked the question, like they twist the question like if tuple doesn't allow any modification, and if we wanted to modify that tuple, then what we can do? Anyone given, sir? If I wanted to modify anyhow this tuple, then how I can modify that tuple? Anyone? Okay, there's a type conversion in Python. There's a concept of type conversion. So we can directly take example of conversion equal to just type cast this tuple to list, and then modify that, and again type cast back to the tuple. This is how we can modify the tuple. Okay, tuple 1 take this as a list. Okay, and pass tuple 1. If I in the conversion variable and enter, now it is list. Okay, so it is converted back to list. Now we can do any modifications, any update and deletion, any operations we can perform on list, and again we can convert back to tuple. Pass that conversion here. Okay, conversion 1, conversion 1. Now it again become tuple. Any questions so far? Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, what is the major difference between tuple and list? I am a little bit confused.
Okay. The major difference between tuple and list is tuple is not mutable. We cannot change their element or anything that we have defined. The first difference. Okay.
Okay.
And the second one is tuple is more faster than the list.
Okay, sir.
In this is a very big this can become very big questions for the interviewer. Interviewer asks, out of this data structure in Python, which one is faster?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is a big question. If I go into that, then it will take, I think, me to take 2 to 4 hours to describe, because there are lots of data structure algorithms that followed by different data structure. Like list follows the linked list algorithms. Tuple follows different the binary search tree kind of algorithms. Based upon the algorithms, it is fast, and based upon the operations in list, whenever we define list, it will take the 10 specific slots of the memory by default. Whenever we define single element, it will by default take 10 memory slots of memory. And in tuple, whatever we define, it will take only that specific position in a memory, right? So there
Okay,
are
sir.
a lot of differences if you go into the deep. So we can discuss all over that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So you can easily say that tuple is more faster than list. Okay, because of some sort of algorithms and the way it is structured internally.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other question?
So the decision to use which data structure between a list and tuple should be depending upon the situation we are
Scenarios.
writing the
Yeah.
code. Yeah. Okay.
Whatever the logic you build in that scenario, you have to. That's the work of developer. If developer knows about the nature of that data structure, so they can easily choose which data structure I'm going to use for this particular scenarios and this particular scenarios.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last but not the least, the dictionary. Dictionary is most widely data structure that being used in any programming language, whether it is Java or whether it is Python or whether it is JavaScript. In Java, we say that map, hash map, okay, and in JavaScript we say this JavaScript object notation JSON, okay, in JavaScript, and in Python we say that this dictionary. Okay, so this is very widely used, and in every logic and in real time project, whatever we write down the modeling, the database table into the schemas of the language model that is we used, like in Python we use Python model, in Java we use Java model. So mapping the modeling of that tables, it's also done in that kind of structure. So how we can define the dictionary? Simply take dict1 equal to dict. This is the first method to define dictionary. Second way to define any guesses? Curly braces. This is how we define dictionary. So come to the previous set section where we define the empty set. So it is set or it is dictionary? Anyone try to answer? The 23, line number 23, it is dictionary or set? Okay. So if we check the type of that variable, let's see what it says. It is dictionary, right? It is not set. So this is how the interviewer confused the students while asking the question. Define empty sets with value, without value. Okay. And dictionary is ordered. First is ordered, and like list has ordered, so this is also ordered. It has key value elements, the key and the value. Okay. And it is key is unmutable. We cannot change the key of the dictionary, but we can modify the values. Okay. And it is also most faster, and you can say unless of tuple, all other three like set, list, and set up is faster than list and set, because the way and the algorithm that it is built upon. Okay, so let's define some element inside this. So take the name is on, and then just take name is a key, then on, okay, and then take subject is take biology, and the marks. Okay. So this is how we define dictionary. If I print that dictionary, this is look like. The name is key and the value is Khan. Okay, the name Khan, subject biology, and marks 30. So all are the name, the key and value both are string, can be string, and both can be integer. Okay, like the marks is string and the value is integer. So how we can get the value of any key from dictionary? The first question. So the first methods is dict1 by using
Index value.
not indexing, by using value, by using key, we can get the value. Right? We cannot index this dictionary. It is unindexed. But we can fetch the value by providing the key element inside the square bracket. So if I print this, I get Khan. Got it?
Okay.
So by key, we can retrieve the value from the dictionary. This is the first method. In case if I provide any name or any key inside the dictionary by fetching the value, and that key it is not present inside the dictionary, so what will happen? Like if I fetching the value of surname, okay, so what it will give? Because surname is not present in the dictionary, right? So what it will give?
It will throw an error.
It will throw an error, right? Correct. What it says? Key error, meaning the key is not found inside the dictionary. Okay. This is the exception that throw by built-in Python. So in our real-time application, real world, how we get rid of that? How we can reduce this exception? Any guesses? How we can safely retrieve the value from dictionary by using key, and that key might not be present inside dictionary, because in real-time scenario we don't know what will going to be happen, what the inputs going to come from the user side. So how we can prevent, how we can take care of that exceptions? In real time, there is a built-in method of dictionary is get method. Okay. Dot get. Now here if I pass surname, okay, so it will not give you an exception. It will not throw you the exception. What else it can give? It will give a none value. Okay, if I print this statement, now I have executed this, it doesn't throw any error, right? If I print this, okay, what it is giving none value. None is a data types in Python. So here this is how we handle in real world application. If we expected to get any inputs from the user and we didn't found that, so it will not going to be break the application. Okay. So the interviewer mostly asks this question: how we can safely retrieve the value? Safely meaning without throwing the error value from the dictionary. If the key might not be present, may be present, may not be present into the dictionary. Okay. And so this is two way, and how we can update the dictionary. There is an update method to update the dictionary. So likewise, if I were to add the name, the Khan, I can add update the name. Okay. So just again take dict1 name and okay, Khalid Khan. Okay, and again print the dictionary. This is how we update the key value. Okay. How we can add the any element inside dictionary? There is a one method called update method. Dict1 dot update and pass the element that you wanted to add into the dictionary. So that where element is like key and value. Okay. So key is last name, last name. Okay. Now print that dictionary again. It is added by end of the element, meaning it is ordered. It is follow the order of the element that the way it is inserted. Okay. And so this, okay, any questions on the display?
Sir, can we have an append operation on it, or it's just an update thing?
No, append is only used in list. This is a built-in methods for list.
Okay.
Okay, we cannot use append here. We have to use update here. Any other questions?
So like just one question, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are updating anything, so that is getting added to the end of the list, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
is there any chance that we can sort it like if it gets added to the next to the name or subject of our choice, like?
In dictionary?
Yes.
In
So
dictionary.
if I want to add the last name soon after the name, like Khalid Khan,
Yeah, yeah.
any indexing we can give here?
So this is unindexed. The already told you that the dictionary is unindexed. So we cannot add that we want to add that last name key after the name. This is not possible in dictionary, but it is
Okay.
possible whenever the data structure is indexed. So by index we can add the value after or before that any specific element.
So means by default it will take it will get added to the end of the list, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
Sir, how is it possible to add elements of different data types? Like, for example, for the first entry, we have both the data key and value are of string type,
Yeah.
and same as the second one. But the third one, it's we are keeping the value as an integer type, right? So, is there any strict, static typing thing that we can define? That the key should be of some type and the value should be of some other?
No, by default, the nature of the dictionary is not. But if you wanted to achieve that, you have to write a logic for that. Okay. By default, it is not providing that. By default, it is a heterogeneous. It will allow all types of data types value into the dictionary, like list.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question, sir. To add and remove in dictionary to any element, can you use in push and pop method?
Yeah, pop and push method. Pop is built-in method for list, and it is built-in methods for set and tuple. Not tuple, set and list.
Okay,
So
sir.
we cannot use pop. What pop does? Pop will remove your last
element
from the given data structure, whether it is list or set.
Yeah, my question is regarding dictionaries. So since it can have different, in fact, the same question for list as well. So yeah, each element can be heterogeneous, right? Of different type. So when we are processing the list or dictionary or any such data structure, do we have to check its type and accordingly write the code whenever we write it? Because if we don't know the type of the data, we might actually end up doing some error, right? Some dynamic error. Yeah. So how to handle that?
Similarly, the first is you have to check the kind of data is going to come, whether it is list or dictionary. Because if you use any methods over the data, and the data is belong to some other data structure, so definitely it will throw error. Okay, and that is called type error exception. It will raise. So to make sure that we have to have checked the data type first, and then apply that possible built-in methods over that.
Okay.
Okay. And I have cleared that how we can check the types of that data structure.
As we have seen there that using a get method we can check if the key exists or not. But can we also check the type of the key what we have given the data type of the key there?
Okay, so for that you can directly you don't have to okay, there is a not directly methods, but you can achieve that. Okay, like you can dictionary dot keys. Okay, if I print this, okay, ticked one, so it will print all the keys: name, subject, marks, last name. Similarly, we can also print the values. So we can achieve by writing the simple logic. Okay, there is not a built-in method to check the type of the element inside the, whether it is integer or float. We have to write a logic, some sort of logic. Okay, so here if I have to, if you iterate over it, okay, if I iterate over this for I in now print I, print the type of I. Okay, here it will print all the type of data keys. Similarly, we can print the type of value, and we can, okay, and as per the condition we can do our logic here. What we wanted to achieve here. Is that your question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can we use generics, like for example, if we have a key of type of multiple data types, different types of data types, and yeah, so in that case, do we have to use generics for that?
Generic? What do you mean by generic?
Like in some type check language, we use generic, like for example, if we don't know about what is the data is coming from some API or something, right, or some other server, so we use generics so that whatever data it takes, it accepts it, then we can just convert it according to the logic that we are using.
Yeah,
so what
you
we
can use.
possibly think.
If you wanted to convert your data as per your convenience, whatever it is coming from the EVA's input side, doesn't matter. You just have write down that you can convert back by using the type, what we call this typecasting. Okay, suppose the data is a data variable that is coming from the UI. Okay, and we don't know the data that is present into the variables. It is in which formatted, means it is in integer, string, tuple, set, dictionary, don't know. But what our logic that we are going to write, that we know, right? So we can simply typecasting that as per our logic. Okay, so now let's for example, our logic is built upon the list. So we wanted to, whether the input side data is whatever it is, whether it is list, tuple, anything, we have to convert back to the list, and then we have to use into our logic. Okay, so simply by putting the type of data structure here, we can convert that into that data structure. Okay, if you wanted to keep data into the list, it will convert back to list. If it is, you want to put the data into the dictionary, it will convert back to dictionary likewise. So this is
Okay.
the way you can say that this is generic way to convert all the data, whatever the data is coming from the input side, you can make the decision to convert to in which data structure.
Yeah,
as per the output.
one follow-up question for this. So it's not possible to convert from all data types to all other data types, right? For example, you
Yeah.
can't convert a string to list, right?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So if we have such a situation, so how to handle?
So first you have to check the data types again. Check the data types of the data, right? Before that, you have to write the type of data, okay? And based upon the type, you have to take a decision, right?
Yeah.
Again, I think I hope you clear that concept.
Yeah. I mean, a little more. For example, so if you have a string which has a comma separated values, right, and or any such delimitation is there inside the data inside the string, and the requirement is I need to convert that into a list. So yeah, of course I will check that its type is string, but then since my goal is to convert it into a list, so I may have to write some logic in that case, right? So
no, for your example that you've given, that there is a string and in string there is a comma separated values, okay, and you wanted to convert it to the list, right?
Yeah.
There is a built-in methods called split in built-in for list, like this is a built-in method for string. Okay, suppose data equal to string Khalid, okay, MCC comma MFERD, okay, and I wanted to convert to into list, right?
Yeah.
So just data dot split, and then put the comma here, means it will split the coming data by comma separated value. So it will give the list of that Khalid, MCC, and MFRD into list. So there are lots of built-in methods. You have to go through that because it is not possible to cover all of that here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to explore all the other methods.
So we'll have to read the documentation to know about all of those built-in
documentation, or I will send you at the end of the session one document on task in which each topic have 3 to 4 questions. So by practicing the questions, you will get to that scenario, and if you get into scenario, then you will go to search on Google. You will get the solution for that.
Okay.
So best approach to go to first implement anything, not go to read all the things first and then come to practical. Let's do practical first, then go back to find a solution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
I hope you have to you have understood all the things that you have discussed here today.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it is possible to cover more topics today because it is already over time. So let's get some questions from the audience. And Abrar sir, are you here? Hello.
Yeah, look, Abrar's job is not there. So anything you want?
Yeah, I just wanted to present my Mumbai Coding Club Training Institute and about what we do and what we achieved till now.
Okay.
All things. So if you allow me to present here.
Yeah. So you want to share what kind of work you are doing?
Yes.
Right. So yeah, just you can go ahead.
Before that, any questions so that I can take?
Maybe we can stop recording that time.
Yeah, you can stop recording. Yeah.
Let me just ask Saif Abrar sir, 1 second.
Yeah, sure. And anyone having any questions regarding all topics that you've covered, you can connect me on LinkedIn or DM me on LinkedIn. I will reply you. Okay.